Okay. Good morning, afternoon. I think it's still morning. I don't know anymore. I got if you know, I've been cutting a lot lately with the hide glass cutter, but I had some minor issues with the wheels falling out. This one is holding up well. And so what I did is I actually bought one from the company, from Hyde themselves. And let's see if there's any difference. It looks to be the same. Let's just open this up. All right, there you go. I don't think it matters. Here we go. All right. Let me get rid of that. Excuse me. Oh, everything looks like it's intact. Yeah, the bearing looks like it's in fine. Brand new cutter. And just want to show you how things work when they're new. Never used, so let's feel the wheel. I find more so than anything, if the cutter's sitting for a while, you gotta kind of lubricate the bearing, and you do that by running the cutter back and forth. I could feel it's moving quite easily. So a little dip of oil. All right. Standard pressure, roughly 5 pounds. It cuts fine. So, and this green glass, though it's easy to cut, it's not as easy to cut as, say, a cathedral like this. Which, let's try that. Do it side by side. I could feel it, even though I'm not pushing down. I could feel there's a bite, which is good. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I had to labor it a little bit. Let's try something with a little bit more of a curve to it. Try that. Yeah, start to break. And, with these running pliers, there's nothing wrong with, starting the run and grabbing it. Very strategic place here, right by this curve where you're going to have issues with binding when you break the glass. So you want to grab it right in this general area. And you can use the running pliers to snap. There's no rule says you can't. And you could start it. Do that again. A little binding. You can start it. Yeah, it actually cuts really well. After a few miles or hours with this cutter, it'll run really smooth. You could, start, well, that went all the way through. But there's no reason why you can't. Let me try and get another deep curve again. There you go. Start the cut. I started the run. And then you grab it. Your curve is right here. So just kind of grab it right there and snap downward. Keeping in mind you want to kind of nudge the pressure like that. It'll allow you to get through that curve. I mean, using the breaker pliers, is fine too, but these actually, if you grab it wrong, you could start chipping up your glass a little bit. That's why I kind of like the the soft feel from the running pliers and using it actually like another hand, even for straight cuts. You know, you cut like that, instead of trying to snap it with your fingers, which you can, just grab it like that and snap it down. It keeps your fingers that have blood in them away from what you're cutting. So, you know, I'm not squeezing hard. I'm just grabbing it and using the runner as leverage. So, you know, it's not a bad thing to do that. Actually, I find it to be a pretty good advantage. I mean, typically, you know, I grabbed a piece like this, snapping underneath, but you always had the risk of popping your finger, there's a little sharp area of the glass. So don't be afraid of taking the runner. You can run it like this too, which is fine. You just grab it like that and snap it. Very safe. Actually works quite well. So brand new hide, out of the package. These cutters do break in, but more so, it's not so much the carbide wheel, it's the actual bearing. You know, the bearing, as you use it, gets more polished, lubricated, and allows you to score the glass better. There's less resistance. You know, if you could imagine the wheel getting stuck because it's not lubricated well on the bearing, that's when you're going to have issues with the skipping and a poor cut. So the carbide itself, it's not going to dull unless you take a sharpening stone and run it a few times, which I have done with wheels that are too sharp. These come out of the gate, perfect honing. And again, the more you use it, the more lubricated the wheel will become, and the better the glass cutter will cut. That's the truth about the term, you know, the glass cut is hot. You know, comes out new, it's hot. Well, it's more the bearing is not worn in enough to be smooth and lubricated, you know, and allow the wheel to move freely. That's what's going on with new cutters. All right, so, and again, I will intentionally run the cutter. You know, I'm not dulling it on wood, just to heat up that bearing, heat up the wheel, get that lubrication process working. And that's really, it works really well. The better made cutters, you know, your $50 cutters, your silver schnitz, they go through a polishing process. So right out of the tube, it's going to work like it does on day 1 and day 100. But these hand cutters, you know, $5. It's a carbide wheel from Hyde. They make great glazer tools. You know, for I think eight, I don't even know. It's under $10 for a carbide glass cutter. It's my new go-to. You know, it's a great cutter. And yeah, remember, lubricate the bearing and the wheel. You know, lubricate that. That's what's going to get a better cut for you. It's not the wheel. The brand new wheel is not going to be the issue. It's the you know, what's going on, the physics with the bearing and the wheel. You know, yeah, the machine parts and they have to wear in, and you have to understand that the wheel, being its carbide against a brass, or this could be a titanium bearing. It actually has a very metallic look to it. It could be steel. But I would assume it's titanium because the larger glass cutting machines for commercial cutting, they have the bearings are made of titanium. You could actually buy them. You can't cut them. You could try to, you'd have to grind it down, you know, if it's too big. Been there, done that. But yeah, that's what's going on with new cutters. I just wanted to point that out. I hope you liked the video. Please comment below. You know, question. I'm here with you guys. I'm here to help. I'm here to answer all your glass cutting questions. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.